Making the Invisible Visible, Black Women 365 Days of the Year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
So I'm Sharon Watson. I'm the CEO and the principal of the Northern School of Contemporary Dance based in Leeds, Chapeltown. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. All of the things that matter to me and have helped me to do and become who I am today. The role that I play consistently and the role that I'm happy to play is someone who's a strong facilitator, someone who makes things happen. As much as being at the front of an organisation, I also feel empowered by empowering others. So there's something about the positions that I place myself within the organisation and the actions that I deliver, which is not always seen, but definitely felt. Do you know what matters to me in how I work is being able to be myself in my work. And that comes, when you sort of departmentalize that, there is all of the other areas that, the advocacy that I do outside of being sat here in my chair, the communication I have with the students on a day-to-day basis. They need to see me, they need to know who I am, and they need to know why I'm here. Otherwise, there's a journey there that's missing, there's a narrative that gets forgotten. I also find it important that the staff that come to work at the Northern understand their mission, understand their job, because we're not just local here in Chapeltown, we're not just regional here in Yorkshire, we are national and we are international, and our footprint matters when we step beyond our boundaries of Leeds. So I feel that message, whoever it is that comes to work with us, needs to take that message with them, but they've got a job to do on the outside, and I want to be proud of that too. Something that kind of really does hold me on a day-to-day, and I guess most people would say, well, was it you as the artistic director of Phoenix, or the rehearsal and tour director, or was it you working for Northern Ballet, or did you work at the Sage Gateshead, or is it the Northern School? And actually it's the moment I decided I was worth more than what I was offering, and I needed to go and get a check and balance on that. I did the Claw Leadership, which is a bespoke program for developing aspiring leaders. Never thought it was going to be for me, never thought I would actually get through that point. But I think that was probably one of the most challenging times of my career, to question myself, to know actually whether or not I had the wealth of knowledge, I had the experience, and whether or not I could take this forward in terms of being a leader. And that was when I realised actually I am worth it, and there's a lot more to be done with who I am for what it is that I want to achieve. I wish more people would understand that it's a can-do approach that allows things to happen. The smallest change can make a big difference. It's not no until it's a no. So trying to make things happen that perhaps maybe there isn't a traditional way of making things happen, and actually not really making a big deal out of trying to make something happen, because the world is changing. If we don't change with it, we're just going to get what we've always got. So we have to figure out how our decision making enables others to do as well as myself. Challenges are always going to be there, literally every day. They can be the smallest thing that someone's not happy because a book's not arrived, or it could be the biggest thing in that, we've got a leak in the roof. And in between all of that are people, and understanding that the dynamics of the people that you work with will always have different expectations. So it's nice, and the satisfaction I get when I see curtain calls, when I see people achieving, when I read it, when I see it out of the space as well as in the space. That really gives me a lot of satisfaction, and actually I get out of bed in the morning to be able to see actually how am I going to influence today, who am I going to influence today, and how am I going to be satisfied for my own well-being. And that can take us, again, different guises. I love going to the theatre, I love going to see things that feed me. You can't serve from an empty vessel, so somehow you've got to figure out how you continue to fill yourself, and to fill yourself with joy. And that, again, joy is music, joy is people, joy is the outside world as well as what happens inside this building.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the Invisible Visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation, and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next story.